the hardcore legend, WWE Hall of Famer, Mick Foley. Good God Almighty. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
They didn't call him crazy because they wanted to. They called him crazy because they couldn't understand how a man could smile while destroying his own body. Dramatic hit in a world of giants, of perfect physics, and scripted dominance. There was one man who didn't look like a superstar, didn't move like a superstar, didn't even fight like a superstar. But when WWE wrestlers were asked about him, their tone changed. Respect, silence, sometimes fear. This is what they really said about Mick Foley. Slow cinematic music begins. See, backstory, before the fame, before the legends. Mick Foley was just a kid, obsessed with wrestling. He didn't have the body. He didn't have the look, but he had something else. Pain tolerance, beyond normal. He trained in the 1980s, struggled for years, worked in small promotions, taking brutal hits, just to get noticed. No shortcuts, no protection, just sacrifice. Crowd noise fades in softly. Rise to fame. Then came WC, then EC, and finally, But Foley didn't come as one man. He came as three. Cactus Jack, Dude Love, Mankind. Each personality more extreme than the last. And wrestlers noticed. The Undertaker once admitted, Foley was unlike anyone he had ever faced. Because Foley didn't just fight, he absorbed punishment. And kept coming. Crowd cheering. Then came 1998. Hell in a Cell, the match. That changed everything. Conflict, controversy. The Undertaker versus Mankind. Steel above the ring. 20 feet in the air. What happened next? Still shocks wrestlers to this day. Foley was thrown off the cell. Crash sound. Announcers screamed. Fans were in disbelief. Backstage, wrestlers thought it was over. But it wasn't. He got up. He climbed again. And then he was thrown through the cell. Dramatic silence. Even Triple H later said, watching that match was like witnessing someone risking their life for the business, and not everyone agreed with it. Some called it legendary. Others called it too far. Turning point. That night changed how wrestlers saw Mick Foley, no longer just a hardcore performer, but a man willing to do what others wouldn't even imagine. Stone Cold Steve Austin respected him, not for wins, but for toughness. Because in WWE, respect isn't given, it's earned through pain. Slow heartbeat sound, fall struggle, but pain has a price. Years of punishment took a toll. Foley's body was breaking. Multiple injuries, broken bones, concussions. Even fellow wrestlers began to worry. They respected him, but they also questioned how much is too much. Foley himself admitted later. He sacrificed years of his life for moments in the ring. Downbeat music, he retired, came back, retired again. Each time, less of the body remained. Legacy conclusion. And yet, when WWE wrestlers are asked about Mick Foley today, there's no laughter, no mockery, only respect. Because he proved something. You don't need the perfect body. You don't need the perfect image. You need heart. Unbreakable. Unbreakable. Relentless. Dangerous heart. Crowd chanting fades in. Foley. Foley, Foley. Mick Foley didn't just entertain fans. He redefined sacrifice. He changed what it meant to give everything. And maybe that's why wrestlers never called him crazy. To his face. Dramatic pause. Because deep down, they knew they could never do what he did.